Hello and welcome to this short tutorial in the xcrafts Embraer E175. This is the V2 version of the software, or the add-on. And we're just going to be going through a quick cold and dark procedure. So we've entered the cockpit. There is no power to the airplane. All the screens are dark. The FMSs are dark. Everything is off. And the only thing that we have on is the electronic flight bag on the side window. So, first thing is first, we do want to look at the electronic flight bag, and you will be presented with the ground services screen. Here we have the passenger door is open. The setup, when you set up the aircraft as cold and dark, default loading, what you will get is you will get ground objects, engine covers selected and on in the EFB, and we'll take a quick look what that looks like on the exterior of the aircraft. So here you can see the engine covers are installed, and the ground objects, safety cones, traffic cones, and the chocks are installed on both the main landing gear and nose gear. Now, point to note, those chocks are purely cosmetic. If the airplane is at a incline, which can be possible in some airports and X-plane, then this plane will definitely begin to roll even with the chocks installed. Provided, of course, that this parking brake lever here is set to the down position. Nevertheless, we have the engine covers removed. We can leave the ground objects alone because we do have the parking brake set, which is a default location for the parking brake when we spawn into the airplane at the airport. Okay, first thing is first, we go straight to the overhead. And we have mostly all the electrical items on the left-hand side: fuel, passenger signs, fire extinguisher, and fire alert system. The APU control, the windshield wiper control, all the external lights, taxi, landing, lights also, the hydraulics, System 1, System 2, and System 3 hydraulic pumps, pressurization panel, the window heat and anti-ice switches, and the aircraft air conditioning or environmental control system switches and buttons and knobs. And then finally the passenger oxygen. So the general flow is basically top down to the next column to the next column. So we can see there's basically 5 columns in this overhead. So first thing is first, AC power switches are already on auto. That's okay. We won't worry about, I don't think, the digital video data recorder, the voice data recorder, excuse me, is simulated. Electrical AC power, those 2 switches will be in auto. Now, the vast majority of the switches in the cold and dark setup are in their correct location. It's a concept of a dark cockpit procedure, so all the lights that should be off during cruise should be what they should be. Down to the AC bus ties, so this switches in auto. These APU generator and the GPU switch, we'll see those shortly, but the APU generator is already impressed, and the GPU, which we will connect shortly. DC power, the True 1, the True ESS, and the True 2 switches are in auto, and those stay there. Now we're going to go battery 1 on and battery 2 auto. Bus ties are in the auto position. Because we're at daytime, we don't need any of these cockpit lights, and the dome can go to off. We can do an annunciator test at this stage and see everything that is lit up on the overhead. All the fuel switches here. This is a standard caution warning when we've just woken up the airplane. As we can see here on the ECAS, the emergency light is not armed, and we will be getting to that in a moment. Fuel switches are all in the position that you would want them to be in, so there's nothing to do there. And here we go. Passenger signs, emergency light, that will go to armed. And we will set the no smoking and fasten seatbelt signs to on. This is a sterile light switch. I don't really use it much. I think for the purposes of simulation, it's really not necessary. At this point, we will do a fire test, which is going to test the warning systems for engine fires and APU fires, as well as fires in the cargo hold. And we hold that down for a few seconds. And we'll see here that cargo aft smoke, cargo forward smoke, so all of those, that test is complete and we can clear the warning. That will allow us to start to APU. So on the ECAS, you'll see just below the landing gear information that we have APU here. It says APU off, so switch this to on for a few seconds, and this is the N1 reader, N1 percentage of the APU. The APU is a small micro engine, if you will. So once that box turns yellow with the 0 in it, move it to start for a couple of seconds and release. And we can see the APU rising. Well, actually, we're not going to be doing a GPU start here, so this is a full APU aircraft start. We'll never connect the GPU in this scenario. So once this APU comes online, all the other screens will come alive. Alright, so there we go. We have APU power. And we have now the navigation display. We have a multifunctional display unit here, which gives us various systems information, navigation, display in plan mode and in map mode. So now we have the aircraft is powered up on the APU. We'll go through the rest of the overhead. Windshield wipers are off, that's correct. External lights. By default, the nav light in the on position is cold and dark on this aircraft, and we want to keep it there. Taxi lights are all off and landing lights are all off, so that's good. Hydraulic pumps. The PTU pump in auto, system 1 pump in auto, and system 2 pump in auto, what am I doing, is what you want them to be at in cold and dark. Electric pump A is off, electric pump B is on. These pumps are interchangeable. I can take B off and have pump A, pressurized system 3. So there is a redundancy, it seems, in pumps for system 3. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it may have something to do with, if we go down here to the systems page, system status, and have to look at the hydraulics, you'll see that here's system 1 and what flight surfaces that it is providing pressurized hydraulics to. System 2 is on the right hand side, and as you can see here, we have pump A and pump B for system 3 in the center. That's the outboard right hand side elevator, the lower portion of the rudder, and the aileron outboard, outboard aileron. So we have elevator outboard right hand side, elevator outboard left hand side, and then elevator inboard. So the hydraulic system in the Embraer is 3 systems, all doing their share in controlling all the flight surfaces on the aircraft. Pressurization, all these switches will be in the 12 o'clock position and they will stay that way. Now, windshield heating and ice protection, so when all of these switches are dark, it means that they're operating. So if we go to the anti-ice screen and we go down to anti-ice, you can see that our APU is sending air to the leading edges of the wings. And interestingly, it doesn't seem to be sending air to the air intakes of the engines, even though if I turn that on and off, so that's the off position with the light switch on. If I turn the wing on, you can see that there is now no hot air from the APU going to the leading edges of the wings. I like to keep these off until such a time I think I need to use them. These 2 switches in the 12 o'clock position is normal. Here's our air conditioning page. So what we're going to do here is jump to the air conditioning screen. ECS, Environmental Control System. And both recirculation fans are on. You can see APU is sending pressurized air to the packs 1 and pack 2, which are pressurizing and providing temperature, hot air or cooler air, as the case may be, to the cockpit, the forward cabin, and the aft cabin. So right now the thermostat is set at 23, and the actual temperatures in the return air is 23. So to me that's a little above room temperature, so we'll take those down and get that to 21 Celsius as the target, and the actual is coming back. All these switches, again, with no lights on, they are all in the active position. So that's okay. The APU bleed is sending air, and the 2 engine bleeds are active too, and once the engines start, we will start noticing that the APU will be kicked off of the electrical bus, and it will be the active engines that will be providing pressurized air to pressurize the cabin. A few more things here on the center console. We just want to make sure that your thrust levers are in idle, that your speed brake is in the closed position, and your flaps are in the fully up position. We will want to make sure also that the engine starter switches are in the stop position and protected, and we will want to see finally that your gear lever is down. At this stage you have fully powered the aircraft, and then you can go and do your full flight and cockpit preparation for the flight, which will be covered in a different video. Hope this tutorial was helpful on getting the Embraer E175 powered up. It's a fairly simple procedure, very intuitive aircraft. Any questions, please post them in the comments and I will try to answer them for you. If you like the video, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next tutorial with the Embraer E175.